3, accountability, where commitments aren't just spoken, they're recorded and measured over time, week to week, month to month, whatever it might be. I'll never forget the day I crawled under my desk to grab a fallen pen. And as I'm reaching to the deepest, darkest parts of that desk, I heard myself whisper to myself these words: I wish I could hide under here all day. On the surface, I had everything: a salaried job, a clear path to success and growth. I had lots of benefits and the chance to rub shoulders with some of the most successful entrepreneurs in my city. But in that moment, I realized something profound. I was on the wrong path. I wasn't hiding from my boss. I was hiding from a future that didn't align with who I was meant to become and my true desires associated with it. So when I retrieved that pen under the deepest, darkest parts of my desk and coming to the realization that those words were truly coming from within, I used this pen to write my resignation letter that same day. Now, I've told this story over and over and over again because it represents a transition in my life that I think is monumentous to understand. And I had no backup plan. That's the important part to understand here is I wrote a resignation letter without a plan. No other job was lined up, just a sense that I was built for something greater. So one thing I do share though is that just weeks before, I stumbled into a small networking group in Salt Lake City. They called it a mastermind. Imagine a room full of entrepreneurs, leaders, dreamers, all the working together. They were sharing ideas, they were holding each other accountable, and pushing one another toward their goals. For the first time, I experienced what Napoleon Hill described in his book, Think and Grow Rich, that when two or more minds come together in harmony, a third invisible force emerges. Call it synergy, call it infinite intelligence. I call it magic. But whatever it was, I knew I needed more of it. Thus began a huge transition for me. There was just one problem, though, about this mastermind group. That mastermind cost over $500 a month to be a member and to regularly attend and sit at the table. And I had just quit my job. So I did whatever I could to not only keep the lights on and feed my family at home, I did whatever it took. So I drove for Uber, I delivered pizzas, I helped classmates, spruce up their resumes as I had experience in that. I even donated my own plasma just to keep the lights on and to keep my seat at that table. Why? You might think I'm crazy, but because I knew the value that that room had. I wasn't the wealthiest person there. Clearly, I had no income, but I became the hardest worker. I fought for the opportunity chair, which is what we call the hot seat, where members share their biggest challenges and receive counsel from the group. That counsel was worth every ounce of effort, sweat, blood, and tears that went into making sure that I could be at that table. And because I gave so much resources, encouragement, connections, all of the other members of this mastermind poured even more back into me. This reciprocity was absolutely contagious. And within just a few short months, I was earning more than I had at my corporate job. But more importantly than money, I was building a life aligned with my purpose. And that couldn't have been found or created or imagined for me without that mastermind group. But it wasn't just me. I was sitting amongst a table of many entrepreneurs who were going through their own life crises or business building opportunities. For example, a local suit tailor tripled his customer base and turned tailoring into a subscription business model. A woman was selling synthetic dreadlocks online and she went absolutely viral through the help of the mastermind, shipping products around the globe. A health coach not only lost like 100 pounds plus and transformed his body, but he transformed his business, attracting clients that more clients than he could handle. And even an 18-year-old, there was someone younger than me in this mastermind. An 18-year-old with one drone went from scooping ice cream every evening to making six figures filming real estate with his drone. These weren't just success stories, they were proof that when people commit to each other's growth, miracles can happen. Lives are saved. So let's talk about the anatomy of a mastermind. So, what makes a mastermind work? It isn't just luck or meeting and talking and strategizing. Napoleon Hill called it organized effort in a spirit of harmony. Let's try that again. Organized effort in a spirit of harmony. In practice, it looks like this: one, a clear leader and structure; two, rules and agreements that protect trust; three, accountability, where commitments aren't just spoken, they're recorded and measured over time, week to week, month to month, whatever it might be. And last and above all, it's an environment where generosity comes first. Let me repeat that last one: where generosity comes first. Cultivating an environment for that. Because we all have probably heard the old adage by Zig Ziglar, or the late Zig Ziglar. And he says, you can have anything in this world if you help enough people get what they want first. So, an environment of generosity was definitely the key. Because the secret is this: the more you pour into a mastermind, okay, into a group, into that field of trust, the more it pours back into you. It's a literal exponential equation. The more you put into it, the bigger the number, okay? Exponentially, it spits back out to you. It's become my mission since. That's what I learned about a mastermind. That one group changed everything for me. It led me to train youth leaders with the Latinos in Action group all across the country. It allowed me to run mastermind groups across the globe. Eventually, I founded a company when you're familiar with today called Champion Circle, which is our community built to multiply prosperity through that methodology. And I've watched these principles scale in other people while helping entrepreneurs, nonprofits, even students, or even C suite executives. Across every industry and every country I've visited, the mastermind absolutely works, no matter what, because it's that unity, it's that magic. But human beings were never meant to succeed alone. And I have unfortunately learned that the hard way time and time again. Why? Stubborn entrepreneurs or the entrepreneurial minded. The more we try to succeed without the help and the assistance of those who can truly bring us what we don't have, it's powerful. Our best ideas don't come just in isolation. They come in community. So here's my question for you: who's in your mastermind? Who challenges you? Who lifts you higher? Who keeps you accountable when you want to quit? Who causes you to get up and to go deliver pizzas, donate plasma, or to do whatever it takes to make sure you have a seat at the table? And it might be you who invited people to that table, but yet you're fighting for a spot because of the competitive nature of helping one another and giving more than receiving, because you know the more you give, the more you will get. If you don't have those people yet, you can find them, build them up, become them for someone else, and start there. At Champion Circle, we have that community. We have people who are striving to accomplish their goals, working together in unison, building trust among one another so that they too can succeed, using accountability to measure their success and to accelerate the results over time. We have a community and you're invited. Because when we come together in harmony with purpose, we unlock something greater than ourselves. And that, my friends, is how we think and grow rich. Thank you.